Hi everybody, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself world and the Off-Grid Project. Today is Monday. This is going to be a live video update, well, so to say. As soon as I'm done recording, I'm going to go in and get this up for you. I just want to explain what's been going on around here recently. Obviously, you saw I was in the Philippines and proposed to Melanie. We had been talking for a while before I mentioned her on YouTube. I wanted to make sure that this was going to be for sure before I talked to her openly to the world. Otherwise, if we didn't work out and I talked about her, then I'd look like a fool. But it's a sure thing. Melanie and I are 100% sure. And we are definitely going to be, I say a team because a marriage is a team. It's two people working together. So we are definitely going to be a powerful team here, I think, at the Off-Grid Homestead. And I'll get back to that in a minute. The reason I mentioned Melanie is part of the reason for this video. But I want to tell you, then I had a few days, the worst jet lag I've ever had in my life was really the worst, because the Philippines are 12 hours ahead of my time here. So she's asleep when I'm awake and vice versa. So it was really hard to adjust, and coming back, it took me a long time to adjust there, and then coming back it took me, well, I'm still adjusting. It's pretty harsh, because then I went to the YouTube training and I learned a lot from YouTube. They were very kind. It was very nice of them and very unselfish, honestly, of them to train us. And I can't tell you much about what went on in there, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to change in my business. And one thing we were taught is, yes, this is a business. So I think you can compare this to watching TV. You turn on the TV and you watch free shows that you don't have to do a thing for. You just flip the switch, go through the remote control, and you get to watch TV for free. You cannot interact with it in any way, shape, or form. You can just watch it. You can turn the channels if you don't like it, and that's it. That's where it stops. And you don't pay a cent for that. Well, you have to pay for the cable, but same with internet, which we'll get to. Anyway, ads play, and the TV companies make money through the ads. Anyway, comparing that to YouTube. YouTube, you can flip through the channels, you've got to pay for the internet, but other than that, you don't pay for a cent for anything. You are being entertained for free. But the bonus with YouTube is you get to interact with people. Like, you can tell me what you think of the video, or give me helpful tips and hints and suggestions on what I was doing or how I can change or improve things. That is good for both the channel owner and you, the viewer. So that makes YouTube a bonus, actually, over television, because now you can interact, which then opens up the door for trolls and all kinds of madness. I guess there are sad people in the world who just want to cause hurt, but I'm not going to go there today. The advantage of YouTube is you can flip the channels. You can click the channels with your mouse button. You can not watch a video if you don't want. You can turn off the computer if you don't want to watch anything. And you've got commercials, which pay for the channel owner's work. So I work full-time, literally, so you can watch videos and interact with them, which I think is a big bonus over television. Like I said, you can interact, so that's a huge thing. I work really hard, basically, essentially for free for you. So you can enjoy something, whether you learn something, how to do something or how not to do something. I don't care, as long as you gain something from each video. My travel is a part of my life, and I'm going to rework the Off-Grid Project website and the Do-It-Yourself World YouTube channel, because I've been thinking a lot about time has moved on, my channel has evolved, and a lot of people keep telling me, interaction, that they think or feel that I have gone off track from my beginnings. Well, in a way, yes, because the beginnings of my channel I I won't go deep into that. I talked about my channel and how the off-grid project started in a previous video about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Yeah. So I'm not going to go back into that, but my channel has evolved. It started out with me planning to write a book and do a DVD video on how to get off the grid for $5,000 or less. Well, it ended up being a daily video of my life. So that is how my channel evolved. I'm still working at becoming fully self-sufficient eventually. I'm not yet. I am off the grid, and off the grid being defined as no connection to the power grid. Okay, there's no power lines coming out here, so I am off the grid by all definition. And there's a lot of discussion about that, but that's a video for another day. But I have changed what I was doing from just off-grid living and just I was doing some electronics experiments and projects. I did always have a variety though. If you look back, I had a mixture of stuff in there. But now it's become more of a reality show with me showing my everyday life. So I see it a lot in the comments. What's Troy going to do tomorrow? I think it's funny because I saw some comments about one day I was splitting wood here at the Homestead and the next I'm in Manila. And I got a good laugh out of that because it keeps you on your toes. You never know what I'm going to do tomorrow. And I think that is part of entertainment. This is an entertainment channel. Whether you learn something good or bad, or whether you just watch the video and tell me I'm an idiot, I have entertained you for that time period. And as long as you have watched the video, then I have accomplished my goal. I have entertained you. And that is YouTube. YouTube is about entertainment, entertaining you, the viewer. So one thing they taught me is this is a business, and we should consider ourselves as we are running a business. When you would never tell the TV networks that they are not a business. You would never rant and rave at your TV. Well, maybe you would. I know they had a Nerf brick, foam brick one time you could throw at your TV when you got mad. So I stand corrected. I forgot about that. But yeah, you sometimes might yell at your TV, and sometimes you might yell at me. But fact is, if you've watched the video, and then I've entertained you for a period of minutes, so then I have accomplished my goal. Whether I am flying in an airplane to some other country, whether I am walking the streets of New York, or whether I'm fishing for dinner, if you watch the video, I've entertained you and accomplished my goal. So this being a business, which it is my job, and many people ask where do I earn my money. Right here, basically, I struggle in my daily life to get off the grid, but I also travel. And the thing is, my making videos is my full-time job. So this is my job. And I do make money off my websites as well. So that is my business. That having said, I do provide free entertainment for you guys. And a lot of people want to see the donate button come back. And it's been made very clear to me that I should not feel bad about that or regret that. I have been very clearly shown that since I provide free entertainment to you, if somebody wants to donate, then let them, because then it makes you feel even more a part of the channel. It's part of interaction with the channel, same as sending packages. Many YouTubers do receive packages in the mail, and it is part of interaction with the channel. It makes you feel like you're more a part of the channel, which you can't do with television. So that's another aspect of YouTube that is more interactive and makes it a better experience for you, the viewer. So yes, I'm putting the donate button back up. I'm going to do that tonight, actually, if I can remember how. But I'm going to put the donate button back on my channel. And if you feel the desire to donate something, to feel like you're contributing, please go ahead. I would be very grateful and appreciative. And I will invest that money into the projects. By the way, I want to make clear, I never if I've ever received donation money, I have never used it for anything but projects. I will not take any donation money and go flying across the country with it. I will not do that. My trip to the Philippines, by the way, was funded by, actually, surprisingly, by help from friends and family and sales of some items that I had around here. It had nothing to do with my channel or any money coming from YouTube, by the way. So I want to make that clear. When I traveled to the Philippines and back, that was not on anybody's dime. It didn't affect anybody out there, the viewers. Not in any way, shape, or form, except if you enjoyed the videos and you interacted and you commented, hey, great, then happiness for all. By the way, some of those videos received more views than I've had all along, so I think, again, success, interaction, you watched, I entertained you, whether for good or bad. Some of you guys are shocked pretty badly, but hey, it's entertainment value. Some TV shows are pretty shocking and I actually grit my teeth and cringe watching some of them. But that's entertainment. And if I entertain you one way or another or shocked you, then that was success. My trip to Ireland was funded by a friend, so there was no money from my viewers. Well, one viewer. Thanks a lot, Goliath Man, by the way. I still look at the photos and have fond memories of Ireland. Hopefully one day we'll get you over here and I'll reciprocate and show you around New York. That'd be cool. Anyway, back on track. We also talked a lot about crowdfunding and merchandising. And I know a lot of you guys would love to have souvenirs and memorabilia and merchandise from the Off-Grid Project. And I'm working on that right this minute as we speak. So part of the reason there was no video today is I'm really working on moving forward with my business, with my homestead, which I'll get to in a minute, and the tiny house on wheels, which I'll get to in a minute. I'm really moving things forward right now, and fast forward, which means I'm going to have a lot of admin days where I'm working in the side on paper and notes, taking notes with a pen and paper and working on the computer and planning things. So we'll have some merchandise coming along pretty soon. I'm working some deals. We'll get some t-shirts and baseball caps and coffee mugs and coasters. And by the way, I would love to hear from you what you think would be best for t-shirt designs or coffee mug designs. There has been some interesting suggestions in the past. My trolls call my viewers Troybots or Troyvians. Tell me if you think that would be a funny t-shirt. I know some of you would wear it, but not all. Some might be offended. So this video in the comments here is going to be open for discussion on what I should put on a t-shirt. And please feel free to send me any suggestions or ideas you have. If you have any graphics, please feel free to send me any graphics you have. I'll then probably post all the ideas over on the Off-Grid Project website and give every artist credit. So what I'll do is I'll have a page dedicated to all the suggestions for the merchandise. And then people can always go back there and tell me, hey, I'd love to have this. And if there's enough interest in that, we'll bring it in. So please, guys, feel free to interact. That's what YouTube is about. That's what my channel is about. Tell me what you think we should put on the shirts and all the merchandise, and give me some ideas. Now, you all know I have the Off-Grid Project house with the sun feeding it, and it says the Off-Grid Project. I'm going to stick with that for now until we get some really good ideas, and then we'll vote on it. We'll bring it up for a vote, and we'll see what are the best, what are the favorites, what are the winners. So please feel free to interact on that. Another thing is crowdfunding. They really taught us a lot about crowdfunding. And I am going to do something I've never done before. Alright? Been accused of, but never done it to date. I am going to do another booster campaign to sell t-shirts, but this time I want to bring Melanie home. And I've never asked for money before directly, but this time I have running expenses for the homestead and for the projects which equal my income at this time. So there's not much playroom. If I want to go fly somewhere, like go to the Philippines, I had to come up with the money extra and separately from YouTube and my websites. That money is called for every month. I can't use that. It's called for. There's nothing extra at the end of the month. My bank can attest to that clearly. But anyway, point is, I am going to start the Fiance Visa, and Melanie is in a very poor country right now. And if you live in the Philippines, please don't take offense. Go back to my video where I said it's a beautiful country. I love it much. And I fell in love with the people there. So don't take offense, but it is very poor, and I want her here. I want her home with me. I want her to be sitting in the chair right here next to me on the videos when we do the chats in the future. I want her to be helping me on the projects and then here at the Homestead. Melanie is going to fill out and balance my life and the Homestead. She's going to fill in a gap that's been there for a long time, and she's going to give me a kick in the butt when I need it to get things moving. I do believe with her here, everything's going to change for the better. I will be working more because I'll have more time, because I'll have a helper, and all those times when I'm sitting there working with a hammer or something and say, "Oh, I wish I had a helping hand," or "Why didn't I finish the roof?" because I'm alone, and if I fall, then nobody will hear my cries, my calls. So there's a lot of things that'll get done with her here. You know, there's a lot of she's going to balance out my channel. I think I've watched other channels like mine, and almost every one of them have a family. I don't think there's a single channel owner like me that does this type of videos that isn't married and have kids, and they are more successful. And I think that family adds a balance to your life and to your channel. And I know I'll be completing projects better when I'm not alone. So anyway, I want to bring Melanie home, and I'm going to apply for the Fiance Visa, and that's going to take me a few $1,000s, and they say between 3 to 6 months. So we're engaged, yes, but we're not married. A lot of people ask, "Where's your wife?" Melanie is still in the Philippines, waiting for me to get her home. She is not looking for a green card. If you have any worries about that, go back and watch the video about how we met. And I trust her fully 100%, and she trusts me totally. She knows she's coming here. She watches my videos. She knows what she's getting into, and there's no secrets. There's nothing hidden. So we're both going into this with eyes open. I'm going to need your help, everybody, though, to raise the money to bring Melanie home. So I'm not asking for donations, although if you feel like it, please feel free. I'm asking for you to buy t-shirts, the Off-Grid Project t-shirts, which I should be wearing right now as I'm thinking of it, as I'm telling you this. But I'm going to sell t-shirts for the Off-Grid Project to raise the funds to bring Melanie home. So if you haven't got one yet, please do. If you have, please get another. T-shirts are always useful. And summers are hot. Everybody needs a t-shirt. If you can get them. This time I'm doing it sort of smart. I'm doing it before Christmas. My first one was just before Christmas, and there was no way. Give them as gifts, Christmas gifts. You know somebody that watches my videos, get them a t-shirt. You have friends, family, relatives that get them a t-shirt. They're high quality, very good t-shirts. Also the hoodies, the sweatshirts are very high quality. So please help me bring Melanie home. Again, I'm not asking for money directly. I'm just asking for you to buy a product so you have a tangible product in your hand, and that money will bring Melanie home. And I give you my word that any funds raised from those sales will only be used for bringing Melanie home. If there's anything left over, it's going to be used to give her some clothing for winter and to deck her out, because she's going to be coming here with basically a suitcase and the clothes on her back. So anything extra above and beyond what I need to bring her home, I'll get her. We'll go shopping with her. my family in Michigan are ready to whisk her away as soon as she hits the ground. They've already fallen in love with her and are really excited about getting to know her. So I hope you guys at least allow me to give her a hug before you whisk her away. But that's just joking. Anyway, well, maybe it's not. I don't know. Danielle really seems like she wants to take Melanie off and have a new sister. But anyway, so going to set up the booster campaign. I'll let you know when it's live. It's going to take me maybe a day or so with talking to their tech support and sorting out what colors and shirts. Please tell me what color of shirt you want. I'm going to do t-shirts. Tell me what color you want. There's basically all the colors of the rainbow. Tell me what you want. Majority rules. I'll go through and we'll sell some shirts. And we'll bring Melanie home. With your help, we'll get her here, and I am very, very sure that this channel is going to take off to the next level with her here by my side. It's just, she's going to balance out my life in so many ways. And by the way, I love you, Melanie. I thank God that we met. And actually, all the years I spent waiting for the right person are very much worth it now, the minute I saw her. So all the sadness and loneliness and lost years were erased in a second. As soon as I looked into her eyes, it was all gone. So thank you for being there, Melanie. The tiny house, getting back to work. Right now I'm drawing plans. I'm obviously have to revamp everything. I have to have a bed upstairs. I'm obviously going to have a wife. I'm going to have a family here. So I'm planning right now shelving, bookshelves, closets, storage space, and a bed in the bedroom. And then I'm also going to do the same over in the study. I'm going to finish out that area with closets and shelves and storage space for books and for clothing and everything else. So right now I'm doing all that in paper. And I'm also organizing the wood from the barn wood for the porch that's going to wrap around the tiny house on wheels. And very, very soon here, I'm going to have to start construction on the porch. Right now I'm figuring, because the ground is uneven, I am trying to calculate how I'm going to work that, because I'm going to have a level floor to the porch, well, the level walls. It's going to be the floor of the porch is going to be on the ground itself. But I've got to get the walls level, and I'm working that out on paper right now. I'm working out the plans for the framing. So I'm planning that out right now on paper. And it's going to wrap around the house, and then there's going to be a heavily insulated room on the back side, heavily insulated, 10-foot by 10-foot room, which will contain the water storage tanks and the battery banks and my hot water heater. So we are going to have hot running water on demand without the need of running out here, heating up water in a bag, running in, pouring in a bucket, and turning on a shower, which is great for me. But when Melanie's here, I want her to be able to turn on the kitchen sink and have hot running water, turn on the bathroom sink and have hot running water, turn on the shower and enjoy a nice hot shower, instant hot water on demand. So that propane hot water heater, that propane water on demand heater I have, will be mounted on the back side of the tiny house on wheels. And then I'm going to get a expansion tank for water pressure. I'm going to remove, well, I was alone, all right. Meeting a girl changes everything, okay? When I designed the house and the water system, I was alone, all right? So I figured I'll put water upstairs. I've got gravity feed. It's good for me. Happiness. I'm going to take all that out from upstairs to make room for a bed. I was alone, so that didn't matter. Now I need a bigger bed. So I'm going to remove all the water tanks upstairs, and everything's coming downstairs. And I'm going to I'm going to have a water pump out here and a expansion tank, a pressure tank, and I'm going to have a pressurized water system inside the tiny house now. So that's another project coming up before the freeze. I've got to finish this porch, wrap around, finish the top number one priority right now is going to be that back room. That's the number one top priority right now, is to finish that back room. So I've got to empty the tent with all my storage in it, all my stuff, my household items that are in the tent. I got to empty that tent, move the tent out of there, and build that 10 by 10 room, heavily insulated, before it gets cold out. Then on rainy days, I'm going to be working upstairs in the tiny house, putting in shelving so that I can take the stuff that was in that tent and put it away on the shelves where it belongs. All the household items, pots and pans and dishes, and extra clothing and books and study materials and whatever else you have in a house. So rainy days I'll be working indoors, nice days I'll be working out here. Back room #1 priority. Next thing is the porch. Meanwhile, I'll be cleaning up here and picking at it as I go, cleaning up the homestead, cleaning up the property. Before the first snow, I want to have this entire place here cleaned up. So when you drive in, you just see the tiny house. And for now, probably, I don't think I'm going to get the RV out of here in time, but we'll see. I'm going to get rid of the porch still and get rid of everything around it and maybe drag the RV off, but we'll see how that goes. Realistically, with time, I'm not sure. But everything else will be gone. There's nothing going to be here but the tiny house. So that's the plans moving forward. Forgive me for not doing a lot of video in the last few days, but I have been working on paper, designing all this. It takes a lot to design this stuff. So I think that sums it up. That's everything I wanted to talk to you about. I do not script, by the way, so I might repeat a lot of stuff, and I'm sorry, but when you don't script things, you don't see what you've done until you're editing, and depending on how alert you are when you're editing, you might not see it either. So I'm going to get in here and get this video edited and live so you can see it, and please give me your feedback. What color shirts do you want? I am putting the donate buttons up, and please help me bring Melanie home. Buy a t-shirt, support the Off-Grid Project, and bring Melanie home. That money is going to be only for Melanie. So please feel free to get a shirt and know that that's what it's going to be for. So thank you guys for being there. Thank you for watching. Every single view helps, and every single comment and interaction helps. So thanks a lot for being there. Thank you for interacting and making this channel what it is today. So I'll talk to you all later. Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project.